Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Richard Burwell. I'm your General Evaluator for the afternoon. So it's my pleasure to lead the evaluation section of the meeting, and I'm going to start off by asking our timekeeper to give us the timing of the 3 speeches, please.
Absolutely. Ola, you were at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Arobo, you were at 6 minutes and 49 seconds. And Masood, you were at 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Woo! We got the mojo!
Seems like everybody had their mojo on today, yes, indeed.
Must have been sick.
And I'd like to invite our first evaluator, Irma, up to evaluate Ola's speech and the rest of the village that it takes to evaluate one of our meetings. If I could start with Irma and the timing of the evaluations. Next up, I would like to ask Jacques to give us our counter report, please. Let us know how we're doing with the filler words and the ums and the ahs and the... Come on up, Jack. Let him see you at the back. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Evaluator. I observed some so, but I will just be making a summary on it. For Irma 1, Lisa observed 3, Marcy 2, Arobo 1, and the winner for today is Terry. There was already a plea of guilt from him a while ago. Using the words.
Yeah, all have draws, it's all good.
So, thank you, Mr. Evaluator.
Thanks, Jack. And Amita, if you could give us your observations as the grammarian, please.
Sure.
Most helpful.
So Marcy used it the most number of times. Mojo, she used it 7 times.
Hang on. I demand a recount. No way. Marcy beat Ola.
After that, Arobo, she used 6 times. Then Terry used it 5 times. Ola, Masood, and Richard used 2 times, and Lisa used it once.
Thank you so much, Amita. So I will just share my observations on the meeting in general as the General Evaluator. So we started on time. We talked in Moments of Truth last week about acknowledging and greeting our guests, and Terry did a wonderful job of that today. We got all the roles filled as usual. I mean, it's always a last second, all hands on deck to do it, but some people took double duty, but we got everything filled before the meeting started. We managed to absorb a late change to the grammarian. Thank you, Amita, for stepping up. I will say on the grammarian, we didn't really explain the purpose of the role or why everyone keeps going like this all the way through the meeting. So, Mohammed, I apologize if you were slightly confused, but we acknowledge use of the word of the day by throwing up some jazz hands, which is something I would never have done 2 years ago. We had a fantastic joke from Amita. It was a real cliffhanger, kept me on suspense, and I love the punchline, so thank you for that. We didn't explain the grammarian role, but we did a wonderful job, and I thought that was a really nice touch and something I haven't seen before of explaining the timer and the R counter role early in the meeting for the benefit of our guests. So I think that's maybe a best practice that we need to take forward. You had great segues, Terry, between the speeches, so there was always something to sprinkle in that was relevant to the speech that had just been delivered, so it was showing you weren't thinking about the next section, you were actually listening and observing the speeches, so I thought that was great. On the things that were not so great, the timing setup for our friends online. Unfortunately, we didn't have a camera on those guys, so Arobo and Ola, I apologize. You probably couldn't see the timing lights, so we maybe need to have a rethink on how we do that. Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity. And then to the actual evaluations themselves. We were privileged to have 3 such experienced evaluators with us today, who all had their mojo. They did a wonderful job. Irma, you were insightful, excellent observations. You identified opportunities to enhance what was already a great speech, so that's bringing all those years of experience with Toastmasters into that. That's fantastic. There was a call to action in there. But at the same time, you managed to cover all the elements of the speech. You went through the structure, the gestures, the content, the delivery. So yeah, perfect evaluation, kept it within time. Fantastic, thank you. Lisa came up, smiley, mojo, lots of energy. Came up with a barbecue acronym, a bit tenuous on the cue, but we'll let it slide. And again, covered all the speech elements, so fantastic. And Marcy, again covered across the breadth of the speech. Great observations in there. Came up with the 3 points of questioning, challenging, covered all the speech elements. The eye contact observation for somebody online I thought was fantastic. That it felt like a robo's eyes were following us around the room. There they go again, still following us. But no, I mean, that's a great observation for our online speech deliverers, I guess is the word. And then left us all with a challenge. So, no, thank you. I think it was wonderful evaluations, and I hope everybody took something away from that, not just the people that were delivering the speeches. So, that's it for my general evaluation. Thank you.